Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So today we're moving up through that beanstalk we made last week, and we're going to make a room, like a tomb area, I think, inside of it. And I think we're actually going to use the base cube today. I know, right? Um, I'm going to scale it up. Let's see, maybe person first. Um, Human gen, some dude. There's our person. Okay. Let's bring that up to there first. Okay, so let's see. S shift S 1.5. So 10-foot tall ceilings seems about right. Shift Z might go a little bit more. We're gonna make a room about like that size, and let's go a little bit higher. Okay. And I think, let's see, control 1. That's not exactly what I want. Let's see if we can't. Tab 2. Let's see if we can do this first. This. Come on. Yeah, all those. Control bevel. Take it to there first. And then, let's see. Control bevel to there. Alright, that's kind of, maybe, yeah, more. Can't go that far. Let's see. Trying to decide how I want to make my rooms, basically. Um, Let's see what this does. Let's just control 1. Still not exactly what I'm hoping for. Okay. 1. Let's just try doing it this way. Tab. Oh. One. Control bevel. Oh, come on. Let's see. I think maybe we can live with that. I think we need to be a little taller, though. I'm going to take this. GZ. Up. Okay. And I'm actually going to take the whole thing, and I'm going to go ahead and do this now, too. Ooh, no. Mirror it. And... okay, we'll do it in a sec. Come on. There we go. Okay, that could be interesting. All right, let's do that. And mirror it this way too. That could be fun. Okay. And now control 1. Or not yet, but yes, that's looking how we want it. Okay, cool. Alt E along normals. Up. And E. Alt E. Normals. GZ, sure. Kind of, it has a neat looking just shape in general, isn't it? It's kind of cool. Now, E. Let's see, actually, let's go to normal. SC0, E. No, we don't want to do that. There we go. That we do. Now, how's our best way to get that actually vertical? SC0? No. Not really a great way. We could rotate it. I know how we can do it. Tab. RZ45. There we go. Rotation scale. Tab. Now, this one. E. SX0. There we go. That works. We lost the other ones though. Oh, because we didn't apply it. Undo. There we go. Let's apply this first. Now. SC0. No. SX0. Come on, Seth. Okay. And GZ down. And E. Now this one. SY0. Okay. Something like that. They don't have to be exactly even. Now we're going to Control A, rotation scale. Mirror this one, mirror this one again. Cool. Getting our room shape built. We're going to look at this from inside. This is how we're going to follow it. Yes. So you're going to kind of come down into this space a little bit. Along those tunnels. Now, I'm going to go ahead and apply that subdiv. Great. And then I want to how do we want to do it? I want some further things. Okay, so we're going to take this, 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 this. And is there an equivalent on the other side? So it's what? 2 in the middle on each side, right? Yeah, so it'd be this, 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 and this. Individual inset in. Cool. Shift hide. So we just have those. Okay, so now select this and this and Control E, bridge edge loops. Okay. Bridge edge loops. We should have, yes, we do. Pillars. Great. Hey, Rob. Morning. I'm doing all right. Yeah. Just trying to kind of figure out how I want to do this. Control 1. That's kind of how I want to do that. Actually, not quite sure yet, though. I'm going to come back a little bit more. I'm going to undo all that and do it a little bit more, make them a little smaller. Yeah, that'll be better. Okay, so now this and this. Turn on that too. That and that. Control E, bridge edge loops. Let's increase our number of cuts slightly to 5. Sounds good. And then here and here, Control E, bridge edge loops, number of cuts 5. That will give us more geometry and a slight curve to them that I like. We come in Now if we do a control 1, yeah, we get a pillar. We get more space between them. This is going to get quite cramped in here. We might make it bigger just to make my life easier. Scale is kind of irrelevant, so we can kind of make it whatever we want it to be. Let's do S 1.5. Just make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that feels good. It's a nice big room now. Okay. Then back in, and let's see. I want to take these, and these, and E up like that, and S out slightly, cool, and then X faces. I'll have to delete those things too. So I kind of want it to be single tunnels. Apply this. Tab, and then 3. No big deal, just delete these faces. X faces. There we go. That's going to be where light comes in. At least hopefully. Somewhat anyway. And we're going to do the same here. And there. X faces. Cool. And now mirror it again. And give us back our holes for our tunnels. Alrighty. Let's save this sucker too. New 250602.1 live stream tomb. Sure. Saved now. So we can kind of look and just see how we're getting here. We'll speed it up a little bit. Come in here like this, down, down into the central area. Yeah, that's gonna be good. And we need to edit it. Let's apply everything first. Apply all. Tab A, Shift N, inside. Yes. Face orientation, good. So period is just moves to and then I'm just using the mouse. But yeah, so like if you select something and hit period, it locks to that and then you can just rotate around it. Period on the numpad key, not on the keyboard. And then I just use the axis keys as well, like, you know, same as you. But yeah, okay, that should be good. Yeah, scale is correct. So we have, let's take a look and see what this looks like geometry wise. It's pretty good. Pretty, like the geometry is actually good this time. There's no weirdness. So I don't think we need to quad remesh it. Not initially anyway. Let's play. Add a modifier, terrainer base. This is going to be very weird probably. Yeah. Strength of 2. Scale of 0.1. Yeah. Even 0.2. No, 0.1. Strength of 1. Let's try that. That's better. I'm still getting some cut-throughs, though. Here, strength of 2. Scale of 0.1. Okay. I'm liking it, except for these clip-throughs that we're getting, which are not pleasant to me. Let's see what happens if we get the edge keys to 0. See if that helps us. No. Edge keys to 1. Go the other direction. No. 0.4, back to where it was. Let's try decimating down to 0.1. Yes, that's better. That's what we wanted to do. Okay, so now we have this sort of natural looking cave system if we want to use it. And I think we do. We still got a little bit of weird there, but if that's the only one, that's not bad. That's the only one I see. Cool. Let's turn it off for right now in edit mode. And edit. Now let's grab 1 plus 3. Cool. And we're going to set a vertex group to detail, which is the group name that AutoTrainer expects to not apply itself to something. Let's see if that does what that does to here. Gives us a flat center ground. Again, a little bit there, but I think we can fix these. That looks good to me. What's our roof look like? I'm just going to check in everything out, because I'm going to need to apply this, and once I do, it's going to be a real pain in my ass. I think before we do that, let's come back in and edit, and we're going to go there, and this time I think we can actually Alt-X mirror from here and here, and tab, and let's put that on top. Not that it's going to matter. Yep, good. E, out, scale it up. And X faces. And 2, add some edge loops there. Cool. Just I want to add some more windows, basically. Apply that and turn this back on. Yeah. Are they too square? Let's see. That's going to be my only question. But we can edit it anyway. They're very square looking. Okay. Well, let's see if we can't fix that. Turn on proportional. G. There we go. That one's different. Come on. Pull that down. Pull that up. Pull that over. Because it's going to apply the terrain with a noise, it will change them. Like, it won't be symmetrical regardless, but I think that'd be better. And I don't know. We'll see. Okay, turn this back on. Yeah, that's better. Still looks, you know, like man-made, but that's fine. It's kind of supposed to. Let's come back in, edit again, and 3. Scale that up. Just make these not the same too. Ah, come on. Scale that. that. You know, just trying a few things. Whatever. That. We'll just do a couple at the same time. And then warp out. And come back out of edit mode. Yeah, that's better. Just a little bit more wonkied. But still very much symmetrical, which is what we wanted. So it feels like a poorly made but intentional space. Okay. Do we want to try changing any more of this stuff? Decimate of 0.05. Sure. It's going to make it have even smoother. Yeah, that's better. And we can increase our mesh resolution if we wanted to 5 before we do it. Basically, what this thing does is it subdivides, applies displacement, and then remeshes it back together afterward. So, there we go. Yeah. And we're up to, 587,000. So it's not bad for what we're doing, really. It's pretty simple. We could even go more, which will give us more roughness. And then we could smooth it here if we wanted to as well. Let's just see 0.04. It reaches a point where if it's too low, the mesh resolution will prevent it from distorting or displacing out further, so it doesn't matter. But nope, that works. And now we're at 1 million polys. That feels good to me for this space. I think that's cool. Let's go ahead and apply it. Cool. Now I'm going to sculpt it and smooth it down here. Make that a bigger brush. This is going to be an epic pain in our ass because it's going to be hard to get rid of the ceiling. But anyway, I want to sort of just make this a little smoother and less separation difference between that smooth area we created in the center and the base here. So that's going to feel more natural there. And we can come in and do anything we want sculpting wise. So like if we wanted to add some geometry, we can just kind of build up now, create some cool lines. Just smooth this down some more, bigger. And let's just add in, not that much, go away, go back. Cool, fill that in, that in. I don't know, making something. Carve it out with the control key too. Great. I'm going to go with that, I think. Such a huge pain in my ass. So one thing we can do... I knew what you meant. It's all good. Modeling, sculpting, they are different things, but they get used the same way a lot sometimes. Let's see. Can we set... Where is it? I always forget. Not overlays here. Backface, right? Backface culling. We do this, and it gets very weird, but now we're only seeing the front parts, which might make it easier for us, but it's also going to be kind of weird. I'm never sure if I like it or not. But it is an option to see through things. Like now I can see through it. But it always feels very weird to me. Just wanted to show it. I think I'm actually better off not seeing it this time. Oh, there's an error, so let's see if we can fix that. Sculpt mode. There we go. cool. Just unpinch that and fix that red. So we got any more we see that are obvious. There's a little bit there. And it actually makes it look better to be a bit smoother anyway. Smooth that down. Light emitters are awesome. That's pretty much how I got started. Yeah, I'm never a stickler for the right word because I'm always bad about remembering the right word for something. It's like, whatever. I taught English in Japan for 2 years, and the big thing we always used to focus on was, were you understood? Great, you communicated. Don't worry if you used the right word or the right grammar. Did people get what you meant? Cool. That's all that matters. And I very much believe that. Anyway, all right, cool. Yeah, that's that object mode. Okay, so we're back in. Now this is gonna be dark as hell, but let's just look and see how dark it is right now. I'm gonna set my exposure back to like 6, even 5. We're deep inside here. Yeah, even at 5, it's still dark as hell, but whatever. This is kind of the vibe we're going for. Now, we have our center space. How do I want to play with it? Part of me wants to just really mess with this a bit. Let's see. I guess I could move the top to another object temporarily and then move it back. This is going to be a huge pain in my ass. All right. Well, first off, I want to put a dead guy hanging here, essentially, was my vibe. Sort of mirroring a little bit the skeleton in the witch's cave or hut from last week, but not human this time. So I have this other skeleton from another project long ago, but we'll use it. Well, long ago, like 4 months. Feels like long ago. Let's grab them. Select the hierarchy. Yep. Copy objects and file new general. Don't save. And paste. And bring back to center. Okay. So let's just check his materials. We're in Blender, I think, I can't remember if I said 4.3 here again, because, again, the Rococo plugin for transferring poses doesn't really like 4.4 very much yet. Okay, so we take this. I'm just curious, what's that going to do? Yeah, let's do that. Just add a subdiv modifier. Make it smoother. Okay, it's a pretty low poly, pretty shitty skeleton, but I think we're going to hide it with enough stuff that it could be all right. And if not, we'll come up with a different idea. But this was sort of my first idea. Add. What's its rest pose? I just want to see here. Rest position. It is an A pose. Okay. So it actually will maybe use one of our A pose ones. Let's try it and see. Import FBX. Where am I? Not there. Come on. Documents. There we go. Poses. How do I want this thing to be standing or hanging or whatever? Let's start with neutral idle, much as weird as that is. Okay. Rococo. Retargeting. Source is the armature. Target is armature 15. Build the bone list. And retarget the animation. It's not going to be exactly what I want, but let's see if we can get somewhat close. Yeah, okay. Somewhat. Cool. Let's kill the animation. And pose mode. And then shift hide. That gets rid of the ones that mix mode doesn't use. There we go. That's the biggest thing I wanted to do, honestly. Because now I could even A, Alt R, yeah, Alt G. Okay, we've reset the pose, but now we just have mix up bones. That might even be the best, easiest thing for us. Oh, still on. Come over here and viewport display on them in front so we can see what the heck we're doing. And again, I kind of want that like crucified hanging look vibe. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna go to local RX down. Let's see so we can see what it is. Minus 61. RX 60. No. RX minus 61. That's the same. Cool. And how do we feel about this? Kind of lining it up like that. Maybe even a bit more up. Cool. So I'll have to do the same or similar to the other side. I didn't keep track of exactly what the numbers were, but you know, hey. Okay. Something like that. Good deal. Let's take his head and bend it. No. Down more. Neck. Where's his little tiny head bone? I don't want to cut in like that. That feels pretty fun. Kind of liking it. Hands. How do we feel about them? What do we want them to do? If you were hanging, we might want to rotate them so they're more up like that. Yeah. Cool. And then maybe down a little bit. Like that. Yeah. And that. Okay. Individual fingers. Let's select them. Thumb bone too, maybe. We want to go to individual origins and RZ. Yeah. Hang them down. And over here, select them all. RZ, hang them down. Nice. Okay. I feel like that could work for us. I'll keep trying to save him. He's in his own file. I don't really need him rigged anymore either. I just want the pose. And I think I'm confident enough that this is the pose that I want that I'm going to apply it. So we need to look at the body. I can't remember if there are shape keys or not. If there are shape keys, there are. We need to apply those first. You can't apply modifiers until you apply shape keys. So now that we've done that, now we can apply all of our modifiers. Great. And we can probably just delete this. Yep. And now we just have a mesh of our skeleton. I keep trying to save. Copy the objects. And back over to here. And paste. There's our dude. Nice. I'm going to make him a bit bigger, I think. But not a lot. Just a little bit bigger. Oh, did his post come through too again? Oh, it's still linked as a parent. That's right. Fine. Alt-P, clear parent. Yeah, let me get rid of that. Now I can scale it. To like there. Okay. So he feels like he's about the right height. He looks good. I'm going to get rid of our human. Now, we're going to have to try some things here. This is where it gets tricky for me. I'm not exactly sure that how we want to do it. First off, how high up do we want him to go? Maybe we should bring our human back to see. A little higher, but not a lot. Like, he's still going to be low down because we want people to look at him. So, yeah, that looks good. Okay. Save. New collection. Bot. How do we want to call him? I don't know. Skeleton. It'll be non-specific. And this ground seems to be what I normally call anything I use as a ground. I want to come and try organic. And we want to do kind of want to do like a nets, but I'm not sure. Well, let's try it and see. That doesn't help me. Which one goes first? I can't remember. Import object. There we go. There's our object. Main settings. Collisions. Does it need to be with both of them? Yes. Collision is going to be ground. Cool. Additional mesh is going to be skeleton. Okay. That looks right. So we want to scale this sucker up now. This is where it gets to be a pain. Scale it up. It's not really... Do we want to reverse those two? See, this is where I'm not sure that this is going to work, because I don't want to just intersect with that. I want it to be primarily. What happens if we reverse them? Collisions with skeleton. An additional mesh is ground. No. So that's not what we want. We might have to just do it by hand. Now let's just do that and see. Our other option would be like cobwebs. But I want him hanging by stuff, basically. Let's see. What's going to be our best way? There's got to be an elegant way to do this. Come on. Trying to think. think spider webs. And that's going to be, where am I? New. Come on, give me a new blender. Or we'll just use here, I don't care. File, open, don't save. Let's see. Web, cobweb generator, yeah. This is not as quick as the other one if the other one had have worked, but I don't think the other one was going to work. So, you know, there you go. Okay. Cobweb. Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't. But we're gonna draw it, and then it'll be better, I think. I know what you're saying, but I've tried it. It's a little bit not. Um, it doesn't have that fine level of granular detail, but this will. Cobweb generator tab. All right, edit. Come on. All right, just do our own. Right, it's in now. Okay. So here, scene collection, Shift A, curve, Bezier. And if we draw from, let's see, snap to face. Can I draw that way? I don't know. Tab, X, vertices, draw, and we want to be on, come here, where am I at? There. Cursor, yes. Like that. Is that going to go close enough to him that it'll work? Let's see. Sorry. Excuse me. Link. Copy modifiers. There we go. And I think we might need to put these together. Let's just see if we can dump it together. And here, collection ground. Yes, there we go. So that'll put us with webs to everything on this guy. And tab. We can just take this and G closer to our guy. Okay. Cool. So that'll give us, we can do it with webs and then play with it a bit, I think. I hope. Let's see. Radius of 0.1. That should make it thicker. Yeah. See, that would make it way thick. Don't want that, but that'll work. And then density, cut that down. That decreases the number. Yep. Width of, that's just how far out it will go. Hanging, it's our angle. Yeah. So it doesn't hang as much. Cool. Because now we can tab and draw some more and go there to, we're going to go up to here and see. Okay, yes. I don't necessarily even mind if he's literally just hanging by cobwebs. That looks right now. That up to there. Cool. And then turn off proportional. Like I said, this is not as elegant a solution, but it'll work for us. So. And where'd it go? Oh, I see. Turn off snapping. Snap to that. Oh, come here. Just those two. Tab. Great. Now, G there. 1. G there. 3. Good. Okay, now it's lined up. Mm-hmm. Hey, Michael. Yeah, something like that. Cool. Now, since we really don't care where it connects off camera, I think I'm just going to do it this way now. This makes sense. Here, that to there, tab, and then draw. We're just going to drag it way out there. Cool. And then here, let's just draw a bunch. Cool. And then we go to that same place there, up like that. Cool. And then up like that. And this one might be, let's come here to the hand and draw up like that. And if we turn it back on, let's see. Yeah. It's filling in our room, but it's definitely touching our guy now. Okay. Like I said, it's a little slower and not as sexy elegant, but if it works, right? Much as I like sexy elegant, I also like working. Okay. All those are good. On. Yeah. Okay. Let's cut our density down even less. I kind of mostly want to just be hanging from him. I don't mind a few other ones floating around, and you can always mess with them too, but I want him hanging here. Yeah, that's better. Let's do some more. Kind of rotating my angle a lot, or trying to, so that I get different angles of cable, or whatever they're going to be. I didn't go that far, but it should be okay. Fine. There we go. Back into our room. Cool. I think we do want a couple on his feet. That's a good plan. Come back to this sucker. Tab. Down to here. There's applying that, and then we can go that way. Cool. And then from the hip, let's go almost straight out that way. And we can take that same point because we're on a plane and out this way. Yeah. I'm starting to believe that he could be hanging from those things. Not entirely yet, but getting there. Let's put some on his spine. Up and out. Cool. And up and out. Cool. That feels all right. Contact points. We cut this down to like 25. Should bring it down some. Even like 5. Let's see. I didn't do too much. Coverage 0.01. Whoa. We go the other way, don't we? Yeah, okay. Alright, there we go. That's starting to be interesting. And contact points at 25 again. Add a few more. That's looking better. Okay. And then let's grab this. Gotta come a little closer to him. Yeah, cool. Just fixing the ones we don't like. That's looking good. And I like the tautness of it. I think I might even take our hanging down to like 0.05. So they're even sort of tighter. Oh, no, it's going to be static. I have no interest in animating it, and they look like they're... I mean, like I could apply physics just to get the hang right, but I feel like they're reasonably looking okay on that one, so I'm just going to go with that. Yes. Cool. That might even be enough. That makes it look like he's hanging well. I think I can live with that. I'm going to see, can I apply them? See if this one will let me apply. No. Okay, so you have to object, convert to mesh. Great. So now we can't edit them anymore, but we can get rid of individual ones we don't like them, like this one. No. Versies. Goodbye. The ones that don't really touch or have anything to do with our guy, we can just get rid of. That one, yeah. Don't really need to get rid of many, but just in case, we can. What I might do, though, let's see, is apply something else on top of them. Save. And let's see. What's this going to do? That's kind of fun looking. I'm going to move our guy back to skeleton. Now we don't need him there anymore. M skeleton. Because now I can turn off ground and look at it. That's very bright too. Well, we'll have to fix that. But okay, cool. Do we like that hanging slime? We kind of do. I want it to be like honey, weirdly. I'm thinking there might be bees. Do I have a honey material here? I have one somewhere, I know. Where was it? Here. Foot fluids? Fluid lab. No. That was flip. But I might have to create one first before let me do it. I might worry about it later. Or just here, real-time materials for right now. Glass, beer glass, pretty close to honey. Organic, no. abstract. There's nothing there, right? Sorry, just trying to think where stuff was. Glass. Let's go with beer glass. I'm going to... Ooh, we can play with our slime too. Slime sagging. 0. Now we want -1. Let's play with our slime. Voxel size. Let's take it down to 0.01. We'll make it smaller. Yeah. Bees, yes. Surface thickness, 0.05. Noise scale of 2. All kinds of just fun ways we can mess with this. Scale of 5. Go the other way. Yeah. We want it more drippy. 10. Ooh, yeah. Surface thickness of 0.1 again. And surface tension scale, what's that? Let's see, 0.1. Goes the other way, 0.01. Yeah, cool. Looks like we got some that are kind of just dripping on their own without touching, which is not what we want. 0.055. No. Resolution density 8,000. Sure. Reasonably all right. More drippy. Then if we're gonna have more drippy, we're gonna definitely need some dripping on the ground, right? Like if it's fallen here. Unless it's been calcified, which could also be neat. You know, I think I like that for a shape. Let's apply it. Come on. Apply all. Great, it worked. Materials. Cool. So we have an empty nothing, a slime, and a web. A slime we're going to set to beer glass, I think. And webs, we're going to set that to, what have I got that I want to use for that? Let's try this. C8, and we're going to have to like punch up our material, but oh, is it glowing? I think where it might glow. We want to fix that. I don't want it glowing. Photographer, exposure 2. There we go. Just so we can see what the heck we're doing. And here, green BioWare, shading. Green lizard, it's not. Did I make it glow by accident? Let's see. Emission, yes I did. Kill it. No emission. Cool. Yeah, that feels about right. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Alrighty. We could try one more fun thing. Let's see. Here. Shift A. Mesh. Cube. Control A. Rotation scale. Now. Save everything. I haven't tried this before, so, you know, see? Flip. Flip, or is it the other one? Which is the Fluid Lab? Yeah, Fluid Lab. Add a new group. It is geometry, not inflow. And no, so it's geometry, not, it's not an emitter, or geometry emitter, right? It's that. There we go. Play. cool. Where's my colliders? There it is, colliders. Add collider collection. It's going to be ground. Okay. And play. Still falling through ground. Why are you doing that? Rewind. It should hit my collider ground. Does it need thickness? Shouldn't. Let's see. There we go. Stop. Go a little bit bigger than that. Scale. Control A, rotation scale. Okay. And play. And fluid presets are my options. Honey, yes, that's what we want. Set preset. It's gonna, might actually want to make it in water just cause, even though it's gonna flow better if it's water. Oil, let's try oil. Set preset. Yeah. Yes, that's what we're looking for. I think we're going to make it even bigger. Kind of digging that. Fluid settings. Particles 4,000. Total particles, let's take that higher. You gonna let me edit it? Oh, I see. Resolution 35. Yes, okay, that's a lot more particles. That's going to be a lot. Let's see. That might be too much. Yeah, that feels a little much to me. Back. Let's say 20 now that it's 25. Let's see. And cool. Play. I really do love Sims, but they can take forever just to mess with. Even that feels like it might be too much. I don't want the whole floor covered in goo. So like 22? I want more goo than we had, but not like tremendous amounts of goo. That feels better. I'm gonna wind it back at 20 again. You know I am. Let's see. And oil is good. Let's just try water again. See what it does. Spews out more, but it gives us more Moving around 2. All right, let's try it. We're just going to go with that. Yeah, if you were going to watch it fall, for sure. But since it's going to be static, it's not going to matter. And how do I remember? I've actually never really used this plugin for anything real yet. Bake all. Oh, that may have been a mistake. Let's see. It's going to take forever. It shouldn't. No, undo. Play. I don't want to bake it. I think this time, let's see if we can just apply it. Because again, we're not doing... Let's see. Yes. Inside the physics tab. Physics tab. Put fluid. There they all are. Can I just apply it? That would be great if I could. Object, convert to mesh. Nope. Gonna be my pain in my ass. All right. Well, that's fine. We can just leave it. We're not animating, so we can just leave it at that frame, I think. That should be okay too. Just let it go a little bit. Cool, pause. And shading. Rendering. Yeah. I don't want you to do any of this stuff. I just want you to stick. Come on. Oh, I gotta convert to a mesh, don't I? Before it'll let me do that. Mesh. Add mesh, right? Sure. There we go. Now, voxel resolution 0.01. Smooth. Sure. Let's see what we got. Oh, and a few drips fall through. But, ugh. I don't want them that small. No? No, it's the other way around. This might be too far. Let's see. Come on. We have saved fairly recently. If we have to restart it. Let's give it a second though. Yeah, looks like I've made it very unhappy with me. Let's see. Blender. Alright, we're just gonna kill it. And try it again. Yeah. Well, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. I think we'll get it to work though. Feeling pretty good with that. If it'll hurry up and come back. Come on, Blender. As I have said before, I have no idea why sometimes Blender reboots in like 10 seconds and sometimes it takes a minute. You're like, what's going on? I don't know. Okay. File, cover, come on. Autosave. Tomb. Okay. Let's try this again. Save to be sure. Rewind. Play. Falls. Spews. Everyone loves it. We go, yay, great. Hanging. Yeah, we say, that looks fine. Okay. We come to our cube meshes. Let's delete it. Add a mesh. Okay. And this mesh is that. Okay. And on. Motion blur. Yeah, we don't really care. On. Okay. And we should be able to get rid of this other thing now, right? Which is that. Fluid groups. It's all just floating. Meh. I hate you. Oh, it wasn't that. This thing. On. I'm going to try a minute more and then we'll just say screw it, but come on. So I can figure out how to use it. But each of those is definitely small. Don't want to separate meshes, that's for sure. There's that mesh, right? Let's see. What's that giving me? Yeah. That's what happens when you try to figure out a new physics sim when you don't know what you're doing. Good times. Apply all. Cool. And remove our fluid groups. We got that. And this is just our tab. Alt-Z. Delete the ones that are underneath and not there. So what can we do with this? That's not really going to work for us too well. We could just do that and have like some blobby shit down at the bottom, but I'm still not feeling it. So we're going to cheat. I tried this way, didn't work right now, mostly because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to delete this collection. Undo that. Where's my ground? Okay, ground is still there. Great. Delete fluid lab. Cool. All right, well, that's fine, because what we're going to do is tab and our ground and C there and there and okay. Actually, what we're going to do, 1, see, sorry. Hide. There we go. Now 7. Now we can do this. Yes. Let's shrink it down a little bit. Yeah, this will work. Doesn't have to be exact, but we're just kind of trying to grab underneath where these things are on our ground. And there. And there. Got all that. And sure. Shift hide. Come on. Cool. Solo. Actually, I don't really mind it on the side, do I? What are you doing? That is true. Okay. 1. Alt Z B. Get rid of those 2. Oh, no. Hide. So that would be our section. A, Shift D, P section. Come back, and now we have this new thing here. It's just that. Great. So now we can take that, Q, solidify it up just a bit, not that much. I hit this -1 and 0.05. Cool. Your even thickness. Good deal. And apply all. And then Control 1 or 2. Okay, so we got that. And now we have some stuff on the bottom. And it's still a little bit too... It's actually a little too high, too. GZ. Just take it down. Come on. Up, up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Minus 0.04. See, that's too much. No, that looks good. Okay. That's a good height. And then let's try one more. Smooth. And give it, yeah. Try like 256. Just crazy smoothing. Cool. Let's apply. Come on. I just apply all. Screw off. I didn't want to apply my smooth. Let's try the smoothing again. Something weird happened there. Q, add modifier, smooth. All right, now it's smoothing. That's way better. Let's see. Good. So we just faked it. And we're going to give it the same material, which was the beer glass. I can speak. minus beer glass. Take a look. Yes, that absolutely works. Obviously not animated, but way faster, honestly, just to use the ground, do it ourselves. Feels pretty good. I even like that it climbs up the wall a little bit on that, or the pillar on that one, just a tiny little bit too. That's fine. Particularly there. That's looking good. Alrighty. So now we need to fake our lighting better. I think we'll just leave it white, I think, for right now. I want to mesh, or no, lights. Shift A, light area. I want to create a disk. I want it to be size of 10 meters. Where are we? And GZ up. Yeah. Okay, we need to be bigger than 10 meters even. Scale of 20 meters. 30 meters. Let's try this. Okay, going straight down. And we're going to make it cold. Well, actually hot, but it's going to look cold. So it's a blue light. Okay, and power of like, I don't know, let's start with 500 and see what that gives us. And get some light coming down now. And let's just turn our world off so we can see what our light is doing. Not much. Power 10,000. There we go. That's bright. Coming down. I need to set a camera. Where's my dude? Rotate. Okay, all these pillars and shit look cool, but they all get in my way. Let's see that. And then camera, photographer, Alexa, lens, the anamorphic, 35, yeah. Resolution, Panavision. And let's see. That's interesting. I don't like the material on my rock for one thing, so let's change that. I knew we were going to do that today. It's not going to be auto terrain. It's going to be Red Desert Rock. Let's try that. Let's see, we're going to have to re-UV it. Tab A. No, we're not on the right thing. Come on. Ground, yeah. Yeah. Tab A U. Smart UV project. Oh, all right. That's why. That's why. Smart UV project. I added hidden still. From when I was making the slime on the ground, the rest of it was hidden. Let's see. Rendering done. What? Oh, unsolo it. That's better. Okay, our light is way too bright. but you know, like we knew that. Okay. Now we're gonna need some bounce lights in here too. Okay. Come here. Let's just shrink this down. There we go. Our light, let's go back to maybe 2000. 2000 feels a lot better. And our world back to 1. That takes it to that. Cool. But let's put a different world on it. Let's go to actually do outside. Because it's not supposed to be that huge an area. Like this is, you can see the outside world from here. Because the beanstalk wasn't that wide. HDR maker, import. Let's see. There we go. And photographer, exposure. Let's go back up to like 5. So we can see we're still very dark in here. Now we can adjust. We need some fog. Making good water. There are lots of good water freebie materials and tutorials out there. What's his name? He's been doing a bunch of good ones. Chuck CG, yeah. Chuck _CG has been doing a ton of good water stuff lately. I go look at that. It's faster than me going through the whole process of saying what it is. But yes, there's lots of good water stuff out there. Chuck does a bunch of good stuff, and he has free materials out there that you can get. So I would recommend those. Not to pass the buck, but passing the buck. Fog. Ground fogs. Just going to go with God Ray Fog. Fog it up. And 1 GZ. Now let's scale it up to cover the whole thing. Yay! I always like it when I can recommend somebody else too, because like everyone needs love here. Okay. Cool. Rotation scale. And we want to make it Mie fog, or yeah, because we're going to be like up in a cloud now, basically. So it should be water fog, not rendering. Come on, shading. So we've climbed the beanstalk up into that cloud area. So volume scatter, cool. Color to color, density to density, to the Mie, into volume. Just because my cloud plugin was made before the Mie shader was created. Layout, density, 0.2. Let's see. I've also done water, but it's not really my like big focus. And okay, that's cool. But I wish I had more light coming on him. Sadly, my angle is not exactly right for that. But we can fake it, and the background looks good. See, there's not really any one that's pointing at him directly. But if we come here, set it to like right there, and make another area light. Area light area. And again, we'll make it a sphere or disk. We'll set it to 10,000 again. I want it front lit though. Central tunnel coming straight down would work, but then it would be very top down lighting, which wouldn't look real pretty. I'm going to try this instead. We'll see what happens. Film lighting is fake as shit, and it's all right to do it. RX. Let's see. There we go. See if that does what we need. It does. We can increase the power to like 25. That might be too much. Where we go with the problem is we're a really wide open exposure even at 5. So let's take it to like 7 and 6. We need to let some ambient light in, and then take this up to 35. It's kind of okay. It's not exactly working how I want it though. I think I need it to be spread way tighter. Let's do like 60. Yeah. Good, which means we need to take it way less bright. But that is better. Maybe this is like the tweaking part, right? It's like back and forth, up and down on. I'm just gonna get rid of Fluid Lab. Density of 1. Yeah, that's way brighter. Maybe not quite 60, maybe 90. Yeah, that feels a little better. And like 15, so it's a little wider. And I want it down just a little bit, I think. Because it's still pointing kinda. A little more up to his head. Let's try that. I do almost no videos. Like, I'm a concept artist, so I do almost all still images. I do a bit of compositing in Blender. I have a very simple setup I got from Chip Walters long ago. So it's just that. And then I do some in Photoshop afterward, but it's mostly just LUTs and a little bit of level correction. That feels all right, but my bone just feels a little too white. So let's look at it. I need more dirt on it, basically. And we know how we're going to do that. Plus Shift Q, extras, shading, append materials to grab my random flow materials, and new RFlow cloth. And part of me just wants to mix these two. I think that might even work. Kind of keep it simple today. So let's group that so we can just take this as the whole shader, back up to bone, and paste it. And then we can merge mix shader, this one, and this one. And it seems all right so far. Don't hate it yet. And we can come to this one, tab, and we can go darker. And to bring everything down and add some dirt to it. Maybe not quite that much. There. and then up, and we can see if we give this more, yeah, like that. That seems pretty good. Yep, Skelly does have a material applied. It's just a very white one. That's way better now. Now, kind of have this weird idea, and it should be fast, so let's try it. I want to come to Fauna Sketcher, and I want to add a clump of bees. Now, bees. Control. Actually, let's undo that real quick. Go back. Let's just make sure I do it in scene collection. Add bees. Bees control. Now, do I have bees? Where are they? Is it still working? Density 500. Where are my bees? I don't see any base bees, so that's not. I'm not sure that they came across. Yeah. I tried Fauna Sketcher in this version of Blender, probably. So, scale of 1. No, they're there. You can see them. They're floating around. Scale of 5. Big bees. Oh yeah, they're there. And then G, and scale it up, and Control A, rotation and scale. We just need to scale, right? There's a distance, isn't there? Let's see. Everything's set, so play. Whee! They all fly there, but there should be a way to make it bigger. S5, rotation and scale. Oh, it keeps changing this, that, but not more. Okay, back to that. Where's my distance? Or I just put more on, but you know. And collision collection, ground. Now they won't fly into there. Rewind. Okay. More bees! Eddie Izzard's old stand-up comedy from the 90s. It's like, I loved his bee stuff. It was my favorite. Like, I like my women like I like my coffee. Covered in bees! Like, all right, Eddie, you're a weirdo. Good stuff. I'm not sure you can even really see them, but I kind of like that they're there. They're tiny, but they're not that tiny because I made them big. So why is there bees covering this guy? We don't know. We're going to fake our lighting just a bit more, too. But I like where we're at here so far. We're almost there. Come to here and Shift A, light, a spotlight. We're going to set it to color 10,000 again. And we're going to set it to, is it here? Visibility. It does not show up in volume scatter. So it won't leave a trace because we don't want it to. And we want it to go like that. And we want it to have a kind of like 25, but with max blending. Let's show my cone for right now. And local on the 3D cursor, All right then. Okay, so we like it with the spot. I think the spot needs to be a bit brighter. Power. Always good to like go way high so you can see what it's doing and then cut back. Yeah, that's all right. Gonna cheat it down slightly so we get more of his. I want to see more of his head like that. Yeah, so we get some light into those eye sockets, and then like 15, 50. Let's turn off the other lights. That's always a good way to see exactly what you're getting. And where am I at? I just switch to world and power of 0. So that's what that light is doing. It's the only light in our space. Not bad. We get it like that. Yes, that's what we want. Turn back on this one. Yeah. Back on that one. Yeah. Go back to our world. And grab it to the real. Yeah. Save. And that's what our shot's looking like right now. It's dark, but I think it's readable. We can always punch up the exposure just a little bit. Let's see. Back to 5. 5 is too bright. 5.5. That's not bad. That's cinematically readable as a cave. I mean, it's way lighter than it should be, but you want to be able to see that there is like cave stuff here. I think I want to change my color of my background. My red desert rock. So that, and it's huge. Which one are we looking at? What's this one? Yeah, that's more of a. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. Shift A, search, hue saturation. I just want to cut my sat down to like 0.2. Yeah. 0.3. Yeah, it's a little red, but I want it to be more gray than red. And cool. I can live with that. Thanks, Lifeless, I think. I don't know. That's looking okay to me. So we got all these bees floating around this guy. Hanging here. And it feels alright to me. Now look. We need to set our focus to our guy. There we go. Add a little bit of lens blur. Cool. Hey, Shayla. I think we're just about done, though, guys. Folks. So this is what we've made. Let's see. We started off just making this our ground. And I like it. I think it turned into a neat cave. Then we added in our guy. Created some, like, we used the cobweb generator just to make some things across. Then added some slime onto it. And then we did the slime pool on the ground. And added the bees. They're all over the place. And I think it's pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, it's gross. That's true. We can move our bees around. There we go. And save it. And I think we'll call it here. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate it. I will be back again tomorrow, and we'll do, I think, at least one more cave in the beanstalk before we move on to the next area. But it's cool having everybody here. Always appreciated. And hopefully everybody has a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.